Hey, what up YouTube fam? Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Chats with Jengaga. Today I'm going to present to you 10 easy tips on how to make your life that much easier in order to be successful at your new upcoming endeavor, whether it be high school, whether it be your college, whether it be a special program that you're going into. These tips should make life that much easier. So if you're interested, please make sure to just keep on watching. Welcome back. If you're watching this, that means you are interested and you are ready to go. Make sure to grab your pen and your notepad and be ready to take down some notes. And I'm hoping that I can help make life that much easier for you. So let me take a quick sip and let's be on our way. So if you're tuning into one of my videos for the very first time, you're probably wondering, well, why are you qualified to give me any tips for my future success? So why? Well, first off, I'm a mom of 4. That in itself, I'm already a planner, regardless of whether I like it or not. Not only that, but I'm actually entering my last and final week of my graduate studies. That means that I've completed my undergrad, my master's degree, and done. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm saying that. And so being a mom, being employed full-time, going to school, what felt like full-time, for the last 10 years, kid you not, I've become an expert, I feel, in this line. Everyone always asks me the same question. I don't know how you did it. How did you do it? How do you accomplish everything that you do? In addition to all that, doing community work. And so that's why I feel it'd be very beneficial for you to tune on in and keep on watching. Are you ready? I hope you are. So ready for tip number 1. This is what you call a planner. These planners come in all shapes and sizes, and I would recommend Home Goods, Ross, TJ Maxx, Hobby Lobby. This I got at Home Goods. I got it a year ago. This was an 18-month planner. It comes with your monthly little calendars here. And then on top of that, it has a separate section, which is all like the lines by the weeks, which helps so that you can keep track, keep your notes, keep any plans that you have in order. Don't do what I did. Don't buy 3 of them for 3 separate things. Get one good one. Because what I was doing is I was doing personal life on one, college studies on another, community work on another, and I wasn't transitioning all of it together. What was happening? I was forgetting to do things because it wasn't all together. So get one good planner. Like I said, they come in all shapes and sizes. One planner should do the trick. Just make sure to take good, perfect notes so that way you can keep track and understand what it is you're doing. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, have a plan. You cannot go through life without a plan, especially if you're a mom watching this. You have to have a plan. Who's gonna pick your kids up? Who's gonna cook them dinner? What are they gonna cook for dinner? Who's gonna check their homework? Who's gonna pick them up from school on early days? You have to have a plan. So even if you're not a parent, if it's anybody that's just working, doing community service work, just doesn't matter. You have to have a plan. So have a plan, use your planner, and that should definitely help. Now, tip number 3, meal prep. You're probably wondering, okay, I thought this was about going back to school or being successful at this program I'm going into. Meal prep isn't just about a diet or eating healthy. Meal prep, to me, what I'm referring to when I'm telling you meal prep is have a plan. Again, it all circles back to having a plan. What does that mean? Well, when you're getting ready to go to that grocery store at the beginning of the week, aka Sunday, have a list. What are you eating Monday? What are you eating Tuesday? What are you eating Wednesday, Thursday, and so on. And not only does that save you money because you're not buying all this extra stuff, but it actually makes life so much easier. For me as a mom, for example, I'll give you an example of the summer right now. I go to school Monday, Tuesday. So what does that mean? Okay, so Monday, that means they're gonna have burgers, hot dogs, simple stuff. Tuesday, maybe I buy them a frozen pizza and then they can just pop it in the oven. Is it the healthiest thing? Of course not. But does it work? Does it feed my kids? Yes. This isn't forever. This is you just getting through life. The kids love it. You'll love it because your life is planned out. And if you have a spouse, I'm sure they'll love it because then they don't have to cook. So just letting you know, these are just simple things. Again, these tips may not work for everyone, but it's what's helped me get through grad school. Tip number 4, schedule your homework days. I cannot stress this enough. I didn't really do this until this last year, and all the other years I kind of just sporadically went as I could. But doing that this last semester made a world of difference. My family didn't care for it because it would be on Sundays. Sunday fun day didn't really turn out that way, but it helped me so much. So Saturdays I would dedicate to home, the house, cleaning, laundry, do whatever fun with the kids if we could. Did we really have much of a life? Not really. I mean, we're working full time and it's grad school. What did I do? So I would schedule every Sunday, regardless of what it was. If it meant going to mass in the morning, maybe doing a little brunch or something with the family, or running to the store with the family. But they knew the second I got home, it's backpack on, laptop out, let's go. I'm going to the coffee shop and I'm gonna make myself sit there and do this homework or my reading. So was that fun? Not necessarily, because there's times where there's events going on and you want to go. But if you schedule it right, it won't overlap your schedule. You see what I mean? So if there's a birthday party, or if somebody invites you, hey, let's go to brunch, let's do it on Saturday, not Sunday. I got school, homework. So basically, schedule your homework days, because then you're planning for success. Tip number 5. Okay. Tip number 5, we're already we're halfway, because so let's recap real quick. Number 1, we said buy a planner. Number 2, have a plan. Number 3, plan to eat, so meal prep. Number 4, schedule your homework. Number 5, be prepared. You're probably thinking that sounds like have a plan. Yes, have a plan to prepare yourself. What does that mean? So if you're in a program like mine, our professors would actually email us our syllabus in advance, along with the list of books that we needed. So what that meant is read your syllabus early. Basically, you start putting yourself in that mentality of what is it that I'm going to expect from the professor, and it kind of gives you an idea to feel them out a little bit. Like, are they going to be super on top of it? Was it just a simple email? Are they asking you to follow up? We had some professors that would do group work, so they would ask us, please fill out this form, so that they knew how to pair you up with your groups. So read your syllabus early in advance. Also, the nice thing about reading in advance, you can map it all out in your planner. So if there's a final that's coming up, aka for me, July 30th, I have it in my calendar, it's set. So when someone said, oh, you could do the final on Thursday, no sir, it's planned. End of July. We're not entering August with school anymore. I'm done at the end of July. I've been saying that all year, and it will be that. So plan. You got it in your calendar, it's been booked. Buy your books early. Some professors, and again, this could differ depending on the school and the program, but my professors, they would email us in advance and say, these are your books. Be prepared with chapter number 1. Here's your questions. Literally, they expect you to come in ready day 1. Okay, and this is at a law school, although I've said before, and I'm not a law student, but it's at a law school, so they do hold you to a certain degree, a certain level, that they're used to dealing with law students, and that's what's expected of them. So we kind of go with that flow of be ready to go. Day 1, I didn't believe it until I was there and they were asking questions. What is a so-and-so? And I'm thinking like, okay, let me start flipping through this book real quick. So get your books early, read it, and be prepared. So now you're prepared, right? You're entering into day 1 of school. Do not come in closed off or rude or seem mean or whatever. A lot of these programs are built on group work. This is what it is in life. You're a graduate student. They're expecting you got through your undergrad. You can get through this program here as well. Again, not all programs are the same. I'm a master's in public administration student. What does that mean? You're dealing with the public. How do you expect to go deal with the public if you don't like to talk to people? You need to work together. So Get along. That's not just the tip, but so tip number, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is be open to meet new people. Build that network. Make this your own. Really cherish that. I've struggled with this, trust me. I'm not a perfect person. And it could be that I'm ready to be done and I'm just like, let's just get this done. I'm here, I'm ready, let's go. But really cherish that network, because that could be that one person in the future that could potentially get you that position that you want. It could be that person that knows so-and-so that could connect you to so-and-so. I don't necessarily plan on leaving anywhere from my work, but just being able to know that there's certain people that are close by me that went through the same program I went to, and to have that in common, to say, oh, your friend went to so-and-so, oh my gosh, yes, I know her, or I know her family, or whoever. Sometimes it's sad to say, but it's not always what you know, it's who you know, and you have to build that network. I always like to stress that to everyone I know, especially in the corporate world. You have to treat everybody right, because you never know if it's going to be that person sitting across from you on that interview panel, and you're going to look like that idiot, like, oh, face palm, that was the person that I totally shut the door in front of, or whatever the case. It could be something minor that someone, to them, it's so rude. So always make sure to be as nice as possible. There are those that aren't, and if they aren't, you just feed them with a long-handled spoon and set yourself away from it, the negativity. But if nobody has done anything to you, don't come in with a chip on your shoulder. Come in positive, ready to rumble. Now, with that said, be prepared to exchange numbers, try to network, create a homework group. I think I'm going into, that's tip number 7. Well, look, I can't even, 7. Tip number 7, form study groups. I cannot stress this enough either. Form that study group. So let's say I was doing Sunday homework days. Guess what? Last semester, between myself and 3 other ladies, we would always meet every Sunday morning, and we would go through our questions. We would help each other out. If we didn't understand it, we would explain it to each other as best as possible. It helped that we were already working on our group project together, but that's just what I'm saying, is we extended it to the entire class in the whole semester. So we would know that or let's say we have a busy week ahead, and there's reading involved. Okay, so can we split it up? You can read these pages, this page. Everybody come back together, regroup. This is what it means. This is what I read, and go through it together and answer the questions. Because honestly, I think professors, personally, this is my own personal opinion, but I feel like they do that on purpose so that it forces you to collaborate with others. And that is huge when you're applying, especially in corporate world. Collaborating with others is that's like a given. You want to be likable, you want to be relatable, you want people to want to work with you. And so definitely get to know other people and make it a habit to have this great relationship, because ultimately in the end you're all going for the same thing, and it's only right to be able to support one another. Now, tip number 8 is actually do the homework. Just do it. It's simple. It's bringing the message back, reshaping all that information that you just read, do a brain dump, and then as you're doing the actual homework, you're like, wait, I remember reading that, and it boggles your mind to go back to that same section. So that's super helpful. One thing that I would do with homework, a lot of times when there was questions, I would read the question and then go look for it in the book. I'm guilty of hating to read stuff that I'm not interested in. What do you mean? And it's not that I'm not interested, it's just very dry sometimes. So having a list of questions available helps. And then not only that, but if it's homework, it's like shooting 2 birds with one stone. Sorry for those that are animal lovers, I don't mean that literally. Then of course you have tip number 9. Tip number 9 is double check and triple check your work. As I mentioned, being a master's student in the program that I'm in for my MPA, Master's in Public Administration, we write papers left and right. We write memos, we write what legislation would look like. It's getting that practice but you have to double check your work. There are times, and I'm not saying this to knock anyone, but there are times where I've gotten an assignment and I'm thinking to myself, was the syllabus or the assignment prompt not read? Because it clearly said to do this, but the person may only had done one of the parts, or maybe went completely sideways, which I can't knock them because sometimes stuff is very confusing, but it's important to at least give it a go and try it. Worst case, you can email the teacher and they're usually really helpful. So as long as you let them know that you're having a problem, it's so much better, because then they're not playing the guessing game thinking you don't care and just didn't do your work. So do the homework. It's simple. It's easy points. And last and definitely not least, we have get some rest. I am horrible and I'm guilty of this. I don't get rest often. Like, the problem I have is I'm a night owl, and grab my coffee here. I love coffee. Coffee doesn't keep me up like you would. Some people, you know, they get jittery and stuff. I just love coffee. But I am a natural night owl, and all the time I'm looking at the time like, oh, it's only midnight. I got a good hour just to like sit here, whether it's scroll on social media or get my gym bag ready for the next day. I feel like because my kids are always there, that it's my little time to just like wind down, because everybody else eventually just goes to bed and I'm like the only one up. So I struggle with that, but it's very important to get some rest, because if you're going from one thing to another, you're going to crash. So, or you're going to be sitting in class like I would half the time, falling asleep, and you don't want that because you're missing out on everything. So definitely make sure to get enough rest. And so that pretty much wraps up my 10 tips. I know that there are so many other tips out there that you can look up and follow, but I wanted to just dwindle it down to those 10 that are important to me, that I thought of right away and wanted to share with you all. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really do wish you all the best of luck on your future in this next upcoming fall semester. Super excited for all the new students, and it's always so great to know that I have the support that I have here on YouTube. So again, thank you so much for watching. Again, please make sure, if you like this, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Also hit the little notification bell so that you can stay tuned for future episodes, and please make sure to comment if you have an idea of a certain episode, a certain topic that you'd like me to discuss. Please share it below, because I really want to be able to make it as interactive as possible. So again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and stay tuned for some future coffee chats with Jengaga.